Fernandez and Andre Santos, who are sitting in midfield. Jamie Gittin is for Gel, Pedro and Pedro Neto are behind the low striker, leading the line today for Marasca's side, Liam Delap. That means on the bench for Scott Parker's side, the sub-goalkeeper is Mats Weiss. He's joined on the bench on one side, Halvar Ekdal, Unukas Perez, Jakob Byrne Larsen, Marcus Edwards, Adabol Medri, Josh Laram, Lyle Foster and Armando Broya. Was on the sub-bench for Enzo Maresca's side, goalkeeper is Philip Jorgensen. On one side, Josh Adjukon, Benoit Banachil, Marlo Gusto, Joel Pato, Moises Caicedo, Estavao, Alejandro Garnacho, Mark Yu. And the referee today is Mr. Peter Bates, who is overseeing his 102nd game there in the Premier League. And we await the whistle of the man in black as we are about to get on the way. It's Chelsea taking us off from right to left. Burnley in their traditional claret tops, white shorts and sky blue socks, with Chelsea are in their away strip, white tops, white shorts and white socks. So we are on the way with Sanchez in the ball forward, and it's Portman. He'll just head it back to his goalkeeper in all green today, Martin Dubravka. Dubravka will pick up the ball. And Dubravka will give it to Axel Chuanzade. So it does look like it's a back four for Burnley. So Parker is experimented with a back four and a back five this season. And as Town Water does in for a challenge with João Pedro. But Cucurella will come all the way back to Trevor Chalobah, and he'll give it to Tosin Adrabayo. Adrabayo back into Chalobah. It goes out to the left side now to Jamie Gittins. Been in action during midweek with the England under-21 side as a long ball goes forward, and it is played by Martin Dubravka. Just Dubravka just drops the ball down. And it's a long ball forward, and it's going to be needed out to play and help for a throw. Scott Parker looking on. He's cool as ever in his suit and tie with a black coat over the top. And the ball will go all the way back to Adarabioyo, back to the goalkeeper in all orange, Robert Sanchez. And Sanchez will clear it forward. It'll be headed on by Jamie Gittins. And Maxime Estef with an open header back to Dubravka. And just about gets there ahead of Liam Dyer, who'll be keen to prove a point against Burnley this season. Of course, spent some time against Burnley's arch nemesis Preston North End on loan with them a few years ago when he was on the books of Manchester City. So it's all that goes all the way back, and Trevor Chalobah will go to Mark Cucurella. Walker's stepping in. Walker will put that to Tuanzade. Here is Leslie Ogachukwu. Was a good storyline about him today. He previously played for Chelsea and then made the 25 million move to East Lancashire this summer after a pretty unsuccessful loan spell out with Southampton. But it's Kyle Walker coming forward. You go back to Chalner. Chalner towards the back post. There's Hartman who'll pull it across, but Reece James is just able to chest the ball down into Sanchez's hand. But it's an awful clearance by Sanchez. And then they were unable to take advantage of it, but they do have it on the edge of the box as the Chelsea player sat down, holding his head. Pedro Neto. And Peter Bates just going to stop it because there's a player holding his head. Pedro Neto. Scott Parker's Newman. And such Enzo Fernandez, but he's now got back more palm to his feet. This is really poor play by Enzo Fernandez. He knew that he'd been let down and held his head. He would get something. It's it booted into the back of his head by Robert Sanchez. Just smashed it against the back of his head. Well, as soon as the referee stopped the game, Enzo Fernandez jumped back up and been lying down. He can jump straight back up, and he winks at the medical staff, and he's okay. He thanks the referee for stopping the game. So Parker clearly not happy with the referee for stopping the game. And early on here, Burnley supporters not happy with Mr. Peter Bates. So Enzo Fernandez will come off. Bates will just return the ball to a Claret player and just drop it with Josh Cullen. It's Cullen who will fuck it forward. He'll be heading away by Adarabioyo. Won by the captain, Josh Cullen. Now Maxime Steph. To Hartman. It's Pedro Neto who will pick it up and come down the right side. Neto surgery forward. Tries to take on Maxime Steph, but he's able to find Hartman. Hartman inside to Josh Cullen. No, it's a nice tempo to the game in the early stages. Tyrell Watty goes out to Lam Chowner. It's down the right side for Mersley Ogachuk, where he tries to find Chowner. Chowner will go back inside, and now it's Chuadzeni. And the step will stretch out to the left side where Josh Cullen is. It's just Cullen on the ball. And he will go back to Maxime Steph. Martin Dubravka will just give it to Axel Chuanzebe. So Chuanzebe will get the ball out of his feet. Back to Dubravka. Kyle Walton dropped in as almost like an inverted fullback in a deep midfield position. Cullen trying to find Ziam Flannan, but it's going to be cleared away. Jean Pedro now trying to race forward. That's great. Sliding Chonja goes in by his step, and it will run all the way through to Robert Sanchez, who will clear it away. Just down by a step. He plays at that, but Patol Jean Pedro, who challenged for the ball, has come from an offside position. If we just explain that down there to João Pedro. So Burnley could take the quick and direct free kick. It was to Cullen. It's a loose pass by him, picked off by Reece James. Here's Fernandez. Fernandez moves it out to Jamie Gittins. He tries to play it inside ball, but it's pulled by him. He gives it away. Burnley will try to come forward. The Chukwa ball down on the edge of his own bolt. Just the Pinto back to acquire the advantage. Ball goes down the right side now. It's Lam Chowner. Chowner inside the box. Moves onto his left foot. Gets a strike away. Brilliant side and challenged by Trevor Chalobah. And Gittins will go back to Chalobah. Up towards João Pedro, and he's caught from behind by the Burnley captain, Josh Cullen, which is complaining to the man in black, but certainly did look like a foul to me. It's a really good block going in by Trevor Chalobah as Lam Chowner was just trying to come in onto his left foot. It's done really well. So Burnley was 71% of the ball inside the first 8 minutes there. Perhaps it's a stat you wouldn't have expected. It's Reece James on the ball. Reece James will hook it forward. It'll go to Chosin Adarabioyo. James plays it inside too. And then they did used to play in West London with Fulham. Well, he made the free transfer to Chelsea. Came for the youth system at Manchester City did. Chosin Adarabioyo. Adarabioyo to Chalobah. It goes forward, but heading away by Maxime Steph. Ball goes all the way back to Hartman. Hartman will play it to Cullen. Cullen out to Hartman. It's the Dutchman that will step forward and play it inside to Josh Cullen. Stretches out to Kyle Walker. That's the Ogachuk. Walker will go back to him. Chowner. Poor pass into Liam Delap, and that was a 3-on-2 attack for Chelsea. They've got the number advantage. Will Delap make the right decision? He doesn't. That is awful decision making from him. He's got Jamie Gittins stretching the play, moving out to the left side. He has got Pedro Neto to his right side, but Liam Delap has decided to take the strike on from about 30 yards out, and it's a wayward effort and way past the post of Martin Dubravka, but it's just a really poor pass back. Tied Burnley, and it presented the opportunity for Chelsea. So it's Martin Dubravka who's going to send it forward. One ball forward, chested down by Chalobah. Let's take it, Reece James. Reece James will play a long ball up the right flank. And that's Liam Dawes. We'll see the ball go out to play. And that will be a throw for Burnley. So it goes back to the Slovakian goalkeeper, Martin Dubravka, who was in goal midweek. So he picked ball out to the back of the net on 6 occasions against Germany. Now we'll have to go through the playoffs if Martin Dubravka and co want to be in the World Cup next summer. Here is the aforementioned Dubravka on the ball. Let's place it short to Chukwa. Chuan Zaidi. But the goalkeeper inside is Sicharbot. He will send the ball forward. Nodded inside by Flynn. He may have been caught by Agu, but the referee played advantage. Here is Jadon Anthony racing forward for Burnley, and that's a great side and challenge going in by Andre Santos. Here is William Chauner. Chauner to Cohen. Now Jadon Anthony. We're back to Kyle Walker. It's going to be a delivery to the far post. It's met by Hartman, but it is headed over the bar, and it's been a good start to the game from Burnley. A real good intensity to the game. For the intensity from the Clarets so far. That's what we're going to play out. They've actually had 70% of the ball within the first 10 minutes of the game. And Sanchez once again is forced to go long. It's headed out to the air by Maxime Stead. Siam Flanning gives it to Anthony, but he will give it away. And now it's Trevor Chalobah to the right fullback, Reece James. James are just quiet inside to Chalobah. And Tozin Adoribayo is going to send our one ball forward. It's down the left flank. It's asking questions of Harman, and he grabs onto the shoulders of Pedro Neto. Does he drag him down to the ground? Peter Banks says it doesn't, and that Neto was looking for it. So ball goes out to the left flank for Chalner. Chalner will race forward and will play it to the edge of the box. Every Jadon Anthony. Anthony with the strike. That's a brilliant sliding challenge this time from Tozin Adoribayo. There's been 2 or 3 brilliant blocks in the open exchanges of this game from Chelsea. It's Cucurella with an awkward right-footed clearance. He'll be headed away by Fernandez. Put forward by Florentino Luis. Jimmy Gigtins in a defensive position, heads it away. Step finds Chukwa, but Adoribayo across. It's Mark Cucurella. It will go out to Jamie Gittins. Play it inside to Jean Pedro. It's Tozin Adoribayo. Across to Reece James. Anthony working hard off the ball. Comes into João Pedro. Pedro will turn, finds Liam Delap. Liam Delap stretches it across to Jamie Gittins on this left side. There is Gittins to Delap. Pedro tries to play it back into him, but it's Martin Dubravka out to his goal and able to cut the ball. And now Dubravka will send a long ball forward. It there by Chalobah. Chalobah goes all the way that to Tozin Adoribayo. Chelsea just need to get their foot on the ball. Ball goes down the right flank for Enzo Fernandez, the captain to chase, and Maxime Steadwell does not get out of play. And it's going to be a throw taken by Neto. He just goes back to Reece James, who is the captain in Japan. There's mistake when he said he was the captain, he's the vice captain, of course. This is where the armband went. James is replaced by Malo Gusto. The challenger goes in by James. Lets it out for a throw. James went for his 8th start in the season. Gusto being left on the bench. He started 6 games this season. So it's Enzo Fernandez, Angel Pedro. Pedro actually just catches Florentino Luis. Quarter of an hour into this game now. Peter Bainish just makes his way across. It's a strong challenge that went in by Pedro. And a free kick for Leslie Ubichukwu to take. He's trying to organise his team as he's going to go along. That sends a long ball forward. It's touched down by a Chelsea player. And it's Andres Santos, and he's called by Florentino Luis. Put up a opportunity for Andres Santos today, the 21-year-old to play. It's his 3rd Premier League start of the season. And the ball goes back to Tosin Adarabioyo. Adarabioyo will then go to his right side where Reece James is. And it goes all the way back to the man in all orange, Robert Sanchez. James comes back to the Spaniard goalkeeper and sends it to the left side to Trevor Chalobah. Chalobah back to Adarabioyo. The split Burnley team, but so we're able to play through to Maxime Esteve. And now it's Axel Tuanzebe. Cohen, player 1-2. It's a good Chukwu with the ready pass into Walker, but the 35-year-old's just about able to get there. Fernandez give it to the right flank where Pedro Neto is. He's inside the box now, goes back out, left-footed strike. That is deflected by Aiden for a corner. And it's going to be our first corner of the game for either side, and it falls the way of Enzo Maresca's side. Pedro Neto just trying to come in onto his left foot, and it was deflected off Maxime Esteve, and it goes out for a corner. And it's Reece James who's going to come over to take it. Cucurella is close. It's just 10 yards away. He's going to go into the box now. James raises his round top. To deliver it in. Raff is able to punch it away. It doesn't go back to Andres Santos. Santos to Pedro Neto. Elbow like that to Robert Sanchez. So it's an Adarabioyo, and once again Chelsea look to build up, and it's forced as it came to Cucurella and he locked it over the top. He aims towards Enzo Fernandez, he made the forward run. Enzo Maresca is wrapped up well in his coat, boards on. Shout out instructions. And it's Martin Dubravka who sends a goal kick forward. So on ball forward, aimed towards Adarabioyo. Down to the right side, it's now Pedro Neto. Neto pushing forward. Neto's going to send in a left-footed cross, heading away by Tuanzebe. Of Jamie Gittins. Gittins inside, tries to play it back to João Pedro, headed away by Reece James. It's Neto who will go all the way back now to Reece James. Under the fine Liam Delap. Liam Delap is able to turn. Is it to Cucurella? No, it's Jamie Gittins. Gittins racing forward, and he gets a strike away. And it's a really poor strike by Jamie Gittins. It just came coming onto his right foot, but it's a wayward effort and over the bar. So Martin Dubravka is done to collect the ball to take the goal kick. So Dubravka just kicking his post, taking his time. He'll be happy with the score at the moment with a Clarets shot stopper. And it's Dubravka who will send the long ball forward, so to be controlled on the chest by Jaden Anthony. He does have to Harmon. Harmon is there. Does a cross to Lam Chal, and he's going to take an early strike on, and it's our first shot on target. It does end up in the hands of Robert Sanchez. It was just a little bit too central was the strike, as it just went into the chest of Robert Sanchez, and at the second attempt he was able to claim it, as he did originally just bounce out of his chest. That is our first shot on target. They've been really impressive here in the opening stages, have Burnley. It's out to the right side. Here is Wesley Ugat-Sutcliffe. He will come back to Josh Cullen. All the way back to Axel Turanzebe. Moved it back to Dubravka. And Dubravka will play a short ball into Florentino and Luiz. Luiz will give it to Kyle Walker. Back to Florentino. And it's Enzo Fernandez across to Reece James. James signs Enzo Fernandez. It's Andres Santos on the ball. He goes back to Tosin Adrabayo. And it's the right fullback, Reece James. Reece James to Trevor Chalobah. Here's Tosin. Pedro does that. Adrabayo all the way back to goalkeeper in all orange, Robert Sanchez. Here is Reece James. So that's to the right side now. It's Pedro Neto. Pedro Neto across to Andres Santos. Santos to Reece James. That's for Neto. Neto, what about 3 inside? He's going to go all the way back. Jazz will switch it out to the left side. Jamie Gittins will try and get there, but it's a poor ball forward by Reece James. Overhits it and it runs out of play. Like really narrow when it's in time to get on the ball, Chelsea. It's almost like they're trying to stretch and they're trying to get it out wide, but the quality's been really poor. We're halfway through the game here. It's goalless, but no Chelsea now. Oh, it's Martin Dubravka who has put the ball down, and he will send the long ball forward up towards Zian Fleming. Lam Chowner just about keeps it in, knocks it off Mark Cucurella. Comes out for a foul to all the Clarets. Kyle Walker, he's picked it up. So Kyle Walker will go back. Standing lofted forward. Headed in the air by Reece James. It's all the way back to Florentino Luiz. Luiz will give it to Cullen. It's Kyle Walker. And to Anzabi. And might seem a step to the left fullback Hartman. Hartman is under ball forward. Andres Santos there is brings it down. Then the kick's in the face by Jay Dancing. Referee will allow play to go on. Must have just missed his head. Santos plays a 1-2 with Adebayo. And it's Sanchez that gives it to Trevor Chalobah. Chalobah coming forward with it. Clearly back in their shade now. For his shade. Pulling, pressing on to Cucurella and right inside as they inverted fullback. Can play 1-2 with Adebayo. Jem Gittins receiving the ball on the left side. And they'll back to Tosin Adebayo. And step forward with it. As it's to right side, it's Andres Santos. Plays it forward into Neto, which bounces off his upper thigh, and then Hardman go all the way back to Martin Dubravka. And Dubravka was on the left-footed ball forward. Aided by Adebayo. It down. And it's Andres Santos to João Pedro. It's Pedro Neto who's going to try and get there ahead of Maxime Estep, and it's defended by the Frenchman. Now James, right-footed cross in. Put away by Estep. Touchdown by Scott Parker. Versus off the pitch. The ball went out into his managerial dugout. He will be delighted of how his side they've played in the opening 25 minutes here. So Tosin Adebayo on the ball. Goes out to the right side now, and it's Reece James. Turns around João Pedro. Up to Trevor Chalobah. Chalobah up towards Liam Dola. All sorts by Dola. He's been really poor here. And it's just going to be a free kick here. As Burnley picked it up, and there was a tug by a Chelsea player. I think it was Andres Santos. And so we're instead choosing to leave the rights of Alejandro Garnacho Estevao and Moises Caicedo on the bench for this game. All three of them involved in South American action with their national sides, so they not had much time on the training pitch. Nariska has decided to rest them. Moises Caicedo probably Chelsea's strongest player this season, and Alejandro Garnacho was in good form at the moment and seems to be a good signing. As Cohen delivers the ball in, but it'll go out for a goal kick. We're just seeing a lack of quality on the pitch at the moment. Just the one shot on target, a strike that just stunned the hands of Robert Sanchez. So it's a goal kick for Chelsea to take. They can't take the goal kick because Liam Flennon is inside the box. Goes back to Robert Sanchez. He will give it to Trevor Chalobah. So on ball sent forward by Reece James. It's out to play, and it will be a Burnley throw. And they'll go all the way back. And it's Kyle Walker inside to Leslie Ogachukwu. Ogachukwu to Walker, and now it's Leon Chalner. Chalner coming forward, plays it inside, but Andres Santos is there on this occasion to clear away, and then the ball rubs all the way through and into the hands of Robert Sanchez. They will drop it down, and it Tosin Adebayo who will come forward with it. Now he's chosen. Tosin it from the left-footed hooked ball up towards Liam Delap. However, he's still looking for his first Chelsea goal, and he's come from an offside position. According to the assistant referees, he raises his flag, and it's opening up. I was being frustrated for the man that signed for 31 million this summer from Ipswich Town. Burnley were complaining because they held that when Robert Sanchez took the goal kick, kicked it short to Trevor Chalobah, and then Chalobah used his hand because he thought that Sanchez just wanted him to start the goal kick, because of course now a lot of defenders start the goal kick, so it's an interesting one. But there'd be one of those in the opinion of the goalkeeper Robert Sanchez. He felt that he had started it because then he peeled off and asked for it. In the opinion of Peter Bounce, he wasn't interested, and I'd say that is probably the fair call. Right, Bucarello with it. He'll put it inside to João Pedro. Pedro is going to take on Josh Cullen. We'll go forward into Mark Bucarello. Bucarello will put Jamie Gittins, but it's Kyle Walker who will get there. As Kyle Walker will lose it. So he tried to knock it forward. It's João Pedro. João Pedro plays a 1-2 with Dolap, then tries to hook it forward. It's going to be played away, and then Kyle Walker, which is going to chuck the ball inside his but it comes out to Trevor Chalobah. It's a shot from distance. I don't think it was going to go on target, but Brevka still have to be there to make the save, just to be sure, down to his left side, and then he will clear it forward. It's Enzo Fernandez. Fernandez racing forward. There is Jaden Anthony. Jaden Anthony is caught by Enzo Fernandez. Half an hour into this game now. We are still goalless. It is Burnley 0, Chelsea 0. It's going to be a free kick for Martin Dubravka to take. He does look pretty frustrated down there. Dubravka is going to send the ball forward. And away by Reece James. Nancy back to Hartman. Hartman will go all the way back. It's Maxime Estef now. Estef free to Martin Dubravka. Plays it into Florentino Luis. Luis towards Lam Chow. Cullen racing forward for the Clarets. Now it's Lazilda Chukwa inside the box, pulls it across, but it's Andres Santos who's there, just able to clear it away, and then Dolap will chest it down, and then he's just clipped from behind by Axel Tuanzebe. Free kick given by Peter Bounce. The ball goes back to Reece James. James is entering the Burnley half. And they're able to create a big chance in this game. João Pedro. Now Trevor Chalobah. Chalobah goes back to Tosin Adarabioyo. 1-2 played Richuan. Chalobah will go back to Tosin. And it's back to Reece James now. James to Enzo Fernandez, all the way back to the goalkeeper, Robert Sanchez. Cucurella into an inside position. To the right side, Fernandez. And then it's Dolap with a nice touch. He will race forward. He gives it to Pedro Neto. Neto will put it all the way across. And it's Kyle Walker with a brilliant sliding challenge because it was Jamie Gittins at the far post. And he was able to clear it away, but he takes his play by Liam Dolap. I've been a big critic of his in the opening stages of this game, but it came to the right side. Neto just pulls it across towards Jamie Gittins. But superb sliding challenge by Kyle Walker, just knocking it out for a corner. James to Neto. James will deliver it in and deflects off. Jaden Ante out for a corner. It's going to be a delivery going in, headed away by Hartman. Very defended by him. Meeting it at the near post and heading it away. Going to be another corner on that far side. Some option does go to Pedro Neto, but referee Peter Brent says they got on with it too quickly, so it goes back into Reece James to take. It's advanced was happy with something. That's all there. Can it go short again? So it comes in from Chelsea's number 24. That's great. Cross in. It's somehow ended away. Bouncing around in there, and Cucurella knocks it out for a goal kick. But it was a dangerous ball in by Reece James. And that was on commentary earlier this season when Chelsea played Fulham in the first half. It was a very similar game at Stamford Bridge, where it was a pretty even game, and if anything, Fulham were the better of the two teams, but then Chelsea took advantage with an opening goal from a set piece from a corner. Oh, if you see that it's something they work on. It was a dangerous ball delivered in by the Chelsea captain, Reece James, and it was punched away by Dubravka, and eventually came off Cucurella and out for a goal kick. So Dubravka will send the ball forward. One ball that does go forward, and it's a knock down, and there's a foul in there for Chelsea. So Pedro goes back to Tosin Adarabioyo, and Dudao hooks it forward. Touch down by Cucurella. Cucurella back to Jamie Gittins. Gittins delivers it in, and Chelsea take the lead, and it's via Pedro Neto. Alde have what attacking quality throughout today, but that is a wonderful, delicate volley just deep to the far post, and it's attacked well by Pedro Neto. Chelsea will take the lead. This certainly is an undeserved lead, but the visitors will not care. So all ball sent forward. Mark Cucurella brought it down. Comes back to Jamie Gittins. He delivered it into the far post. And there was Neto just stooping lowest. And Chelsea by the deadlock here at TurfMoor. This Pedro Neto with his 4th Premier League goal of the season. It's a wonderful ball played across by Jamie Gittins. And there was Neto with a low diving header past Martin Dubravka, and 37 minutes on the clock here. It's Burnley 0, Chelsea 1. It's a brilliant header by Pedro Neto. Did really, really well. It's a nimble header across, and that in fact is their first shot on target. They get past Martin Dubravka. So Cohen heads it forward up towards Liam Fleming. Anthony will give it to Fleming. He's going to send a volley from distance, but it's a really poor strike by the Dutchman as he didn't get any clean connection on the ball, and it just fizzles out of play. And that will really upset Scott Parker, because he will recognise that his side have played really well against his former side. Of course, the former Chelsea midfielder is Scott Parker. It's a ball that goes all the way through to Martin Dubravka. It's all the way back. And it's to Amzabi. Back to Martin Dubravka. Brazco will play it short to Florentino Luis. And ball goes forward. It's heading away by Andres Santos. Then it just comes off the hand of Josh Cullen. That's what the referee spotted. The players are complaining. Cullen making his way over to the referee to protest. Well, Peter Banks is pretty confident in the decision that he has come to. So 5 minutes left of this first half now. It's Burnley 0 at Chelsea 1. The first shot on target for the visitors when Pedro Neto gave them the lead. Neto receives the ball from Reece James. Chain down, he's doubling up with Harmon. Neto get past him, he knocks it off. Harmon, he comes back off Neto and goes out for a goal kick. Pedro Neto does put his hand up to apologise and sees a bit of stick from those apologies because he didn't return the ball. And he's going to get a yellow card. It's our first yellow card dished out by Peter Banks. It's for Pedro Neto for delaying the restart. He's picked up the ball and ran away with it and then dropped it. And yep, you can see why that's the decision Peter Banks staying to. Reece James, ball headed forward. Lennon heads it through. All the way through to Robert Sanchez. Sanchez comes to Tosin Adarabioyo. Adarabioyo across to Shoaber. How about to Cucurella? Rather back to James. What team talk will be for Chelsea because it's a pretty lacklustre performance from them, considering the opposition that they are facing. Perhaps would have expected better. It's Cullen. Heads it through. It'll be brought down by Florentino Luis. Comes out to Ugachukwu. He loses out because it's a great challenge going in by Cucurella. Now João Pedro coming forward. He finds Liam Delap down the left channel. He tries to pull it across. Straight into the hands of Martin Dubravka. Dubravka will roll it out to Florentino Luis. Where's Anthony? To Ugachukwu. Will go inside. It's Cullen. Pulling to Hartman. There is Maxime Stead. Jaden Anthony. To Leslie Ugachukwu. Out to Jaden Anthony. And it's Jaden Anthony who will just bring the ball down. Now's inside to Reece James. His chance will give it to Andres Santos. And now it's Tosin Adarabioyo. Gets it inside from Trevor Chalobah. There is Reece James. So one ball that goes forward into the hands of Martin Dubravka. Spouts through and into his hands. Dubravka will roll it out. It's Tuam Zabi. Let's see the step to Jaden Anthony, and then it's going to be cleared away by Hartman. Just away by Tosin Adarabioyo. Now it's João Pedro who will race forward. Pedro plays it forward, but it's met well by Hartman. Jaden Anthony back. And so to Maxime Ested. And goes forward, but head throw will go all the way back to Andres Santos. Santos will receive it from Cucurella. As Tosin Adarabioyo is pointing to the final minutes of normal time. Yeah, no, it's not too much at any additional time, maybe just the one. There hasn't really been any stoppages in this game. So it's Jeremy Gittins hitting the ball on the left side. He'll go play. And it's Trevor Chalobah all the way back to Robert Sanchez. Sanchez will give it to Tosin Adarabioyo. Adarabioyo is back to the man in all orange. So there for a Premier League game, and he will return the ball back into him. Cucurella is playing around at the back at the moment are Chelsea. James back to the goalkeeper, Robert Sanchez. Sanchez will hook it forward and away by Maxime Step. It's Cucurella who will hook it forward, and Neto plays it forward into Liam Dahola. And now it's João Pedro who's going to turn and try and come forward, but there is Martin de Bruyne is able to boot it out. And it's Reece James all the way back to Robert Sanchez. We're into 2 additional minutes. Where they got the extra minute from. Being a pretty non-event other than the goal, really. Hasn't been too many opportunities to tell you about. Not too many highlights. Ball passed back by Pedro Neto, but it's Trevor Chalobah who will go back to Robert Sanchez. Now out to the right side where Reece James is. James coming forward with the ball. Sliding challenge by Florentino Luis as it goes out for a throw for the visitors here. Reece James will go all the way back to Tosin Adarabioyo. It's almost like Scott Parker said to his side, let's just see it through to 1-0 and let's regroup for the break and let's try and find how we can get back into this game. But between Chalobah and Adarabioyo, they've taken many touches over the last 5 minutes or so. João Pedro's really deep. Ball goes back to Robert Sanchez. Comes into Marc Cucurella. Cucurella will come forward with the ball for the visitors. Liam Dahlap's made the run down the right channel. He sends in a strike, and it comes off Axel Tuanzebe. Out for a corner. And right towards the end of this first half, there's going to be a corner opportunity for Enzo Maresca's side. And they've scored the goal. Pedro Neto is over to take the corner. While Cucurella once again the closest in about 10 yards. Now he will make his way inside the 18-yard box. Neto is right arm in the air. Left-footed cross to come in. Headed on by Pedro. And we are at half-time here. And you've got to say, Chelsea taking undeserved 1-goal lead at break. Burnley have played pretty well so far. But at half-time, it's Burnley 0. Ja, probably anh hai đứa em nhưng tới hai chị phải tập nhập rồi chọn tinh anh thì fan rồi mấy thing they are given a real long time right now. Can put them with pound and with apple. Get the hammer, pound, hand, it fell, bring up turn on it. Hour and clear. The time fail when the Lord and that thing what and and they play on the way they might the old man I'm going to drink and amazing and think the old man and then up then from that why don't they can do it không thể được nằm đã để mà nguyện là anh lên ba lên em thấy vấn đề là trên tiền nó là rồi mẹ vâng trên con nó lấy quả mình rồi con làm cái bằng mình bắt đầu rồi nó mất lên đây nó mình bé này mình never time and then actually from the room. Then they something on the brown and then had these no I would finish. If it has things up there, five and then Tim anyway and well, and everything. And they have to well, like kind of you look different and not even thank you. Then playing and they have to do and they go to that they grab last week love to that right you know him like I like that I'm going up on that in the moment but not a girl come in the head I think it's pretty interesting now they to that or even not even they on the mountain and that haven't maybe and when you do I think in there and still good and they don't know it's and still a lot of things I don't remember it and nothing and they say no you like that down like a book and going come in and dumb like a little bit of what is going up in I run to that back for me, and not like I go pulling on him. So, and then they you know, I'm trying to say, you want the end, you want I couldn't down, with some dark way to great mountain. But I mean, I don't know. They're going to think, I don't know. Tim down, I don't care. Under that, and yeah, anything. So, you know, and then, hey, I don't think that, yeah, you have to get them, yeah, I got it, you know, that, and then the man, oh, if you know, didn't, you know, I'm not knowing that on them. And then, I've been and that level. You've been and when it's like you know, then I have now not been like rather in there. I can see that hey, and they the money and getting put up and when I and then that and then whatever I'm the native one injured. No, I did it. Well, I don't know. I didn't fit to anything. I didn't like a lady. Tình ông thứ hai thì mình phải thấy nó right tình ông thế này tay đâu cái thằng tình thứ hai thì mẹ mà thì nó thêm hai ever played live them and love them I mean and it'll let them down for the mother in a fan and the old young thing. And I'm going to let them up here. But not even and fairly lost it to and I'm like, wait, I don't think I'm and the thing didn't come from the bed. Let me know where you're coming. You can damn everybody on day. I'm not in a team like this. Not being all I need to help him. I can turn in the media. Oh, him and then and and you'll and they got and play like Ben friend. And I'm like, then open man, like, say him, but it is on that one. And then, anyway, I'll say it, and then, nothing. One thing, they have an answer. And then what you're doing, yeah, again, yeah, I am not. Instinct, and then to the main mistake, and all that. Then it's still maybe not the Even they like they I think I can think of nothing I buy on and it been put out to time. Like that. Big with and then no thing on I yeah, being and moving and what it and when you some I don't know. Content and intent features and every other thing they are taking and they are doing something that they are doing yeah, no, we're doing some content and and then if thing Big number is the I'm not nothing. I Rich James has gone off. He's made his way back on to the substitute bench. A big smile on his face, so it indicates it's nothing serious. And it's in the introduction of the 24-year-old Benoit Badiashile. So we'll try and work out what that means. It looks like Trevor Chalobah is going to play at right fullback. And it is going to be Badiashile as the left centre-back and Tosin Adarabioyo as the right centre-back. So maybe Enzo Maresca is trying to solidify it up a little bit, as Adarabioyo will leave the header for Badiashile to deal with. He'll go back to Robert Sedges. We will bring you up to date with the lineups at the start of this second period. So Burnley goal for them is Dubravka. It's back forward. Axel Chuadzebe, Maxime Stev, Kyle Walker and Hartman. To midfield three of Josh Coyle, the Florentino Luis and Leslie Ugachukwu. As Lam Chalner and Jadon Ante opposite either side of Zian Plenin. The Chelsea goal for them is Sanchez. To back four of Badiashile, Tosin Adarabioyo Trevor Chalobah and Mark Cucurella. Andres Santos and Enzo Fernandez are the two in the double pivot, while Pedro Neto and Jamie Gittins are behind the lone striker, Liam Delap. It's Neto going forward. He plays it inside to Fernandez. He finds Pedro. Pedro will turn and shoot, but it's a wild effort at goal by João Pedro. He was just able to turn on his left foot on the edge of the box and then sent in a strike. And it was a real wild effort by him. A left-footed strike that went way wide and way over the bar. If it was on target anyway, which it wasn't. Well, it's a straight João Pedro. They'd never been good start to his Chelsea career. He came in during the Club World Cup campaign, which of course they went on to be crowned the world champions, and they are now known as the world champions for the next 4 years. Very prestigious thing for them to win. Made a great start, but he has with 7 goal contributions in 11 starts. Ball goes forward. It'll be knocked forward, and then it's going to be cleared out by Tosin Adarabioyo out for a 4-0 for the Clarets. And it'll be a 4-0 for Burnley. So Kyle Walker out on the right side. Stand to to send it forward. He will launch it forward. He headed by Uga Chukla. João Pedro will look it away. Liam Delap heads it to Jamie Gittins. It's a strong challenge that goes in by Kyle Walker, but he does catch the left wing where it will be a foul, and it's going to be our second yellow card of the game. The first was in the first 45, and it went to Pedro Neto. This time it's the 35-year-old Kyle Walker who goes into the referee's notepad. Yellow card for him. So it's Chelsea on the ball as it will go inside to the right to what Trevor Chalobah. When they got the ball, he sits in as a right centre back, and it comes back for him, and Mark Cucurella is invited to step forward. So here is Neto on the right side. And so we'll come back to Trevor Chalobah. He sends it forward. It's going to be cleared away. There's Andres Santos to Neto. And so just nutmegs Jadon Ante. Chelsea supporters enjoyed. Had his shield. Will go across to Trevor Chalobah. And it's charted all the way back to Tosin Adarabioyo. Right, Jamie Gittins back to Tosin. Now it's the right fullback. And then Andres Santos is called by Josh Cullen, and it's a strong challenge that goes in. And it's a free kick that is given. Josh Cullen can't believe that the free kick is done the way of Chelsea. No, I think that's the correct decision. Santos got to the ball ahead of him, and the Burnley captain Josh Cullen just flew in, and it was a strong challenge that went in from the 21-year-old. This looks like Peter Banks. He's going to decide to keep his cards in his pocket on this occasion. The VAR having a look at it to see whether there's potential red cards. So now there's wait, in fact, for Josh Cullen here. So you are having a look at it. Right, it's being considered for serious foul play. I'm afraid he's got his finger to his ear and he's listening. So it's Pedro Neto who gave Chelsea the lead. It was Jamie Gittins who just dinked it into the far post, and it was attacked well by Neto at the far post. Just a stupid pass to goalkeeper Martin Dubravka. And Andre Santos. He's making his way off the pitch. As Need is going to have to stay off the pitch for the next 30 seconds or so. So it's Matt Seamer's step. They will just head it out of play now for a throw for the visitors here. The Glen is 10 on the pitch. Woodrow Neto is given the ball by the Burnley ball boy. Neto still not invited onto the pitch. Still playing with 10. Roberto goes across to Badiashile. Now he is to come on. It's Andre Santos and it's Sanchez who will launch him forward. Headed by Hartman. He's been a good attacking threat for Burnley this season. Hartman, he's got 4 assists this season for the Clarets. Ball goes down the left side. Here is Liam Dolap. Dolap coming forward. Dolap on the left side of the box is going to pull it back across, headed away by Florentino Luis. Now it's João Pedro. And so it goes all the way back to Benoit Badiashile. One ball goes forward. It's controlled on the chest by Cucurella. Cucurella will give it to Jamie Gittins. Back into Cucurella, gets a strike way. Walked off by the Congolese defender. Axel Chuanzebe is able to get across and stop the pullback. He's good play, and it shows the attacking exploits of Mark Cucurella when he gets into forward positions. As Gittins get it into Cucurella, but it was well defended by Axel Chuanzebe. A good run down the left side by Liam Dolap. He's good at running the channels. There's a ball coming across. It's going to be punched away by Martin Dubravka. And Andre Santos will go all the way back to Robert Sanchez. Sanchez with the ball. He will just knock it forward out to the left side, headed away by Hartman. He's now on the right side for Burnley. It's a cross that goes in, and it goes out for a goal kick. Enough still at times, 55 minutes played. There has been a lack of quality in the final third from Chelsea. Goes all the way back to Martin Dubravka. One ball forward, Badiashile heads it. It's controlled by João Pedro, but it's heavy touch taken by him. Route for a Burnley throw. Goes into the managerial dugout. Puller will go back to the man on the yellow card, Kyle Walker. Walker back to Tuanzebe. Tuanzebe to Martin Dubravka. And Dubravka will send the ball forward. Come back inside. Seated from Axel Tuanzebe. Needle does it both. Lennon will meet it. And Jamie Gittins will try and keep it in play. Now João Pedro is going to get there ahead of Joff Cullen. Pedro inside the box on the left side. And it's going to go be a strong challenge that goes in. Jamie Gittins will try and keep it in play. Does what to come off João Pedro. Benoit Badiashile go back. It's Tosin Adarabioyo all the way back to Robert Sanchez. Robert Sanchez to Chalobah. And it's Tosin Adarabioyo going forward with it. The defender João Pedro onto Burnley half now. And how that chance going in by Kyle Walker just knocks it out of play, out for a throw. And Santos just being caught. Moises Caicedo still on the sub bench. Interesting that he's not in the starting lineup today. Wenzel Moretti deciding to keep him on the bench. Was an action for his national side, Ecuador. As the ball comes into the midfield area. Go back to Benoit Badiashile. Shiel into João Pedro. Siebe in a deep position and surge forward with it now. João Pedro will come back to Cucurella. 58 minutes played. Pedro inside the box, tries to force it forward, but it's Chonzebi who'll block it off. It's Gittins with the strike. And it's taken a deflection. It's going to be a corner. It's positive play by the 21-year-old as it came out to him on the left side of the box. And yeah, it's just deflected off the back of Leslie Hugachuk. Wesley out for a corner now for Chelsea. An opportunity for Moreski's side to send bodies forward. So Pedro Neto rises his right arm in the air. It's a delivery in, surrounding Dubravka. Falls out to Pedro, turns his shoots, but it's blocked off. Now it's Enzo Fernandez. And then it's going to be cleared away by Lam Chalner all the way back there. Andre Santos is going to give it to Jamie Gittins, although he's going to knock it out of play. Burnley would get on with it. They haven't got into the Chelsea half in this second 45 so far of the Clarets. Now is that Chornzabi using the long ball forward. On the right side, Robert Sanchez will see it for a William. And then in all, Tangerine will pick it up. May roll it out and it'll be picked up and given to Benoit Badiashile. It's come on as a substitute. Badiashile will just play a 1-2 with Marc Cucurella. And now it's Enzo Fernandez. And goes forward, it's Hartman. Hartman back to Maxime Estep, and then he tries to send a left-footed ball forward, but it is a poor ball, and he's out for a throw for Chelsea. So Chalobah goes all the way back to Tosin Adarabioyo. Here is Benoit Badiashile on the ball for Chelsea. Marc Cucurella just playing a 1-2 with each other. Badiashile moves across to Tosin Adarabioyo. So an hour into the game now. Burnley 0, Chelsea 1. It's been a pretty tight game. Can I say Burnley have performed pretty admirably. It's a good side in Chelsea. So again, it does seem like the Chelsea centre back to taking the most touches. Benoit Badiashile and Tosin Adarabioyo now comes out to the inverted right fullback. Trevor Chalobah. João Pedro picks it up for the visitors. Enzo Fernandez out to Benoit Badiashile. And Jamie Gittins will go back to him. Complete control at the moment are Chelsea. Here is Marc Cucurella. Oh, rest among the Burnley supporters. This is a late challenge that goes in by Florentino Luis through the back of João Pedro, and the Benchico Loney penalised by the referee. And free kick for Chelsea. Dieter Banks is just waiting for the ball to be returned into the centre circle. So it's Benoit Badiashile. He will go all the way back to Robert Sanchez. Sanchez to Trevor Chalobah, the right fullback for Chelsea. Ups it forward, and it's Jadon Anthony. He's working hard, and Knocks it off. It's Florentino Luis who will come forward. Back out to the right side. It's Ty Walker inside to Josh Cullen. Alright, help to Anzadi. Send it out to Hartman. Hartman will take a touch inside. With that to Maximus Steph, and then Cullen. With that to Martin Dubravka. Dubravka plays it forward. Here is Florentino Luis. Challenge going in by Santos, and it will go out to the right side. It's Enzo Fernandez out to Pedro Neto with the strike. It comes off the post, and then Josh Cullen is able to clear it out for a corner, and that's gulped wide by the goal scorer Pedro Neto. It was looking to get a brace. Burnley himself in plenty of space. His Hartman was attacking left fullback position. But Pedro Neto's drive just slams onto the post. The Martin Dubravka. And then you've got a touch here. That may have been a good save, in fact, that South African goalkeeper helping it onto the post. It's going to be a Chelsea corner. Pedro Neto to deliver. It's Martin Dubravka who will punch it away. He'll be headed forward and into the hands of Dubravka. And quickly release it out. There is Marco Corella. He'll go all the way back to his goalkeeper, Robert Sanchez. It's a short ball into Andre Santos. Then Badiashile inside to Santos now. There's not Cucurella. Cucurella on it. At the toes in. Badiashile. Can give it away. And it took a chucker inside to Josh Cullen. He's upended by Andre Santos. Checking a free kick for Josh Cullen State. Inside his own D. Gusto is getting stripped in, ready to come on. Josh Cullen's going to put it down. I want to send it forward. Pulling in behind. It's like Seamus Steph will try and get the Everett lead to Blackpool. Head it, so the Steph will try and see it out, but it does come off his back. It will be a goal kick. The Burnley supporters will complain. It is definitely the correct call. So now going forward with it is Trevor Chalobah. It's Chalobah who will go back to Tosin Alderweireld. Alderweireld out to the left side. Touchdown by Jamie Gittins. Gittins pressing off it forward, but it's Martin Dubravka who will come out and collect. Kraft would just drop it down with Axel Tuanzebe. Tuanzebe out to Kyle Walker. He's looking Chukwa. Then it's Tuanzebe who will send the one ball forward. And Badiashile catches Lam Chelner off the ball, I believe it is. So the referee just give it a free kick. Badiashile will throw it dropped at the referee to given that as a free kick, but Marlon Custo is gearing to come on. And is it making his way off the pitch? It's Liam Delapa is making his way off the pitch. It's a defensive change from Enzo Maresca. This is a surprising change from Enzo Maresca. And Liam Delapa still looking for his first Premier League goal for Chelsea. This is full start today. since he signed from Ipswich Town in a 31 million deal. Well, he's made his way up, and Malo Gusto, the right fullback, has come on, so we'll try and work out where the 22-year-old is playing. Certainly going to be a change of shape of personnel. Armando Broya is strict and ready to come on for Burnley. 6 shots in this game from the Clarets, 13 from Chelsea, 1 on target for Burnley, 3 on target at the moment for Chelsea. So you could say that Blues are just about edging this game. It is on a bit of a knife edge. Burnley yet to have a shot in this second half, though, as Kyle Walker is a little bit overzealous into the back of Jamie Gittins and commits the foul. Walker is on a yellow card, so of course he has got to be careful. So it's kind of sheer. They'll knock it back to Sanchez. Comes into Tosin Adarabioyo. High old play 1-2 with Clarets. Just trying to work out where looks like Gusto is sitting in midfield. As ball does race into a left-sided position. Zuka Chukwu. And he is foot bended from behind. This time by João Pedro, who's working back, and it's going to be a yellow card for João Pedro. 24-year-old's not happy about that, but he joins Pedro Neto in the referee's notepad. João Pedro is going to play up top now with Liam Dolat making his way off the pitch. So it's João Pedro who's playing as the striker. It looks like Enzo Fernandez has gone to play behind Pedro as the 10, and Malo Gusto is sitting in holding midfield with Andre Santos. It's still interesting that Moisey's kind of said, oh, Chelsea's best player this season hasn't come on, but Enzo Maresca just maybe looking to protect him with a Champions League game coming up midweek. It's hard, but it was said before. Trod on the chest by Fleming, then he's sent over the bar by Zion Fleming. And the striker who scored 3 Premier League goals this season knows he probably should have done better in that situation. It was a lovely ball free by Albany. He held his line well to Zion Fleming. Good touch on his chest. And it's just dropped down onto the hard volley. But he sent it way over the bar. And he is incredibly frustrated. So Robert Sanchez to Mark Cucurella. Valentino Luis. Comes inside, Fleming. Fleming inside to other Chukwu. The Chukwu on try and get a strike away. Enzo Fernandez who will meet it. It's Kyle Walker. João Pedro will work back and get on the ball. He comes back to Cucurella. There's Neto. We're into the final 20 minutes of this game. Burnley 0, Chelsea 1. It's Tosin Adarabioyo. He will go inside to the Frenchman, Benoit Badiashile. In on at half-time. Badiashile into Malo Gusto. Play 1-2 with Adarabioyo. Gives it away. No, it's Jonathan Anthony trying to race forward, but it's caught. Now Florentino. Andre Santos will meet him. Now it's Anthony for Burnley. Into Hartman. Hartman is called. And it will be a free kick. And Anthony just bring it down, the Chelsea man down there. There's going to be a triple substitute, in fact, for Burnley. So we'll just see the man that was playing against his former team, Leslie Chukwu, make his way off the central midfielder. We're also going to see Zion Fleming, who had a fantastic opportunity on the edge of the box just before, where he sent it over the bar. And Jaden Anthony is going to be the other player to come off. So it's a triple substitute coming on for them. So the like-for-like change with Zion Fleming. It's another former Chelsea man that signed this summer in a 20 million deal. Armando Broja is on. So it's a like-for-like change with Zian Fleming. A like-for-like change with Leslie Okachukwu sees Hannibal Lejbury come on. And he's been in the spotlight lately. And we have also seen the South African Lyle Foster make his way onto the pitch. So Lyle Foster is on. And you suspect he would have done play out on the left side. Has scored 2 Premier League goals for Broja, Hannibal and Foster on for Fleming, Anthony and Okachukwu. Scott Parker just trying to roll the dice. It's Martin Dubravka will give it to Axel Chivanzabi. To the right side, there is Burnley as it goes forward into TopTierFootball. We're down the right flank. Tosin Adarabioyo is closest to him. Pulling to Hannibal. Does he running out of play? He does. Just takes a touch off Hannibal. He wanted the corner and no one complained about it. Snapart is down there speaking to his backroom staff, trying to think of a way that they can find an equaliser. At the moment, Chelsea will be going to second in the Premier League. It's a goal kick for Robert Sanchez, but he's going to take his time in taking this goal kick. Will now launch it forward. The João Pedro trying to touch it down, but Stefan goal like that. It's to Martin Dubravka. Is just going to roll it out to go long on the injuries box. On ball forward. So it played away by Jose Adarabioyo. It's pulled touch by Maxime Esteve. João Pedro out to the right side. Here is Pedro Neto. Neto going down the right side. It's Maxime Esteve who will send it forward. Now Foster into Heartland. Here is Broja. Broja loses it, and now Pedro Neto will race forward from the right side. Remember, it's Santos. Cross. Cucurella. Cucurella will go back. Adarabioyo. Cross by the Shield. The Shield finds Cucurella's in a very attacking position for Chelsea. Then behind Enzo Fernandez. Now Jamie Gittins. Gittins gives it to João Pedro on the edge of the box. He's going to give it into Andres Santos, but it's a poor effort at goal going in by him. When the sign from Vasco da Gama a couple of seasons ago, in a 11 million deal. He was on loan in France for Strasbourg last year, and there was unlaid reviews about the performances of Andres Santos. And João Pedro's day is done, and it started in the central attacking midfield position. Pushed forward to play striker. And it's João Pedro who will make his way off the pitch. And Mark Guiu will be coming on. So the man that signed from Barcelona and started this season, in fact, on loan at Sunderland in Mark Guiu, before he was called after Liam Delap picked up an injury and Nicholas Jackson was sent out on loan. So he is on, and there's also a change for Burnley. Lam Chona hasn't really gone into the game. We haven't seen his attacking exploits. Lam Chona is off. And on there is Jakob Brun Larsen. He's into his second spell there at TurfMoor. He's returned this summer from Stuttgart as he arrived for 3.5 million. He is on for his 10th appearance of the season. So Jakob Brun Larsen don't play out on the right side. Now Chelsea keep them forward. It's Gusto to Neto, pulls back into Gusto, and it's Dubravka with the save. He just chicks it over the bar. Does Martin Dubravka. It came back inside. It was good attacking play by Marlo Gusto. Neto tried to return the favour, but then it wasn't a great strike going in by Gusto, and Dubravka was just able to use his fingertips to knock it over the bar. He finished it like a fullback, really. But not a bad stop by Martin Dubravka. So to confirm, it was João Pedro led off for the 19-year-old Mark Yu. So making his way over to take the corner is Pedro Neto. He is preparing to deliver it in. Neto rises his right arm in the air. It's a long ball. Comes across, and Jakob Brun-Larsen will control it on his chest and will come forward. It's good shows going in by Andres Santos. Santos remains down on the floor. Enzo Maresca is not happy about something. He thinks there was a foul on Santos there. Now, Peter Banks has stopped the game and he's going to book Enzo Maresca. He's not happy with the protestations of the Italian, the former assistant to Manuel Pellegrini and Pep Guardiola. Enzo Maresca just picking up a yellow card. He was clearly frustrated. Andre Santos felt that he was fouled. Another point to the referee. So here is Maxine instead. It's Hartman on the ball. Hartman goes all the way back to Martin Dubravka now. Dubravka sends it forward. Cleared away by Benoit Badiashile. And then it's the Congolese defender, Axel Choenzebi, can just head it out of play. So throw for Cucurella to take. Launches it forward into view, but there is Maxime Esteve will get there. He'll hook it forward. The ball will come back. It's Kadirabayev's open one, but he is able to clean it out to the right side. The Hartman finds Lyle Foster. Foster will turn. Pulls out to the left side to Hartman. Hartman back inside now to Florentino Luis. Choenzebi. Kyle Walker with the delivery, but straight into the hands of Robert Sanchez, and that will be easy for Here is Florentino Luis to Broya. Broya to Larson. Lyle Foster on the left side of the box. Hartman on the overlap. Tries to cross it in. It's blocked off by Andre Santos, but it's going to be a corner for the hosts. We're still yet to have a shot in this second half, but Jakob Brun-Larsen has made his way over, preparing to deliver it in. It's actually going to be their first corner of the game. So Jakob Brun-Larsen. Left arm goes in the air, and before he could send it in, there's a melee in the box, so Peter Banks just stopping it to speak to some players down there about something. So for just point over Maxime Esteve, Benoit Badiashile. They speak it to him and warning them, tell them just stop it. To Fredtrin. Too close to comfort. So Jakob Brun-Larsen into the box, and once again the referee's going to stop it before the ball came in, and he's going to book Benoit Badiashile for something. Burnley are just asking why the referee stopped and given the yellow card, but the ball wasn't in play, and also it could give a penalty because Benoit Badiashile was fouling Maxime and Steph off the pitch. He wasn't allowing him onto the pitch. Hannibal Medjberi's picked up a yellow card. There's no surprise there for his protestation, as he typically picks up silly yellow cards. I think he was making the point that he thought it should be a penalty, but Hannibal clearly incorrect. It is being looked at by VAR, however, as a potential penalty. But Peter Banks told them that the ball wasn't in play. So strike again, Larson into the box, and it's straight into the hands of Robert Sanchez, and that corner took about 2 minutes to come into play. Now Sanchez will send the long ball straight out of play. TurfMoor crowd are not happy. It's going to be a thorough taken by Hartland. Zolnaresk pacing around in his dugout. It's a little uncomfortable, but Hartland will throw it back to Esteve, and now it's De Bruyne on the ball. Comes into number 6 for Burnley. To Adzabi, but he's just ran into by Mark Hugh. That'll be a free kick for Burnley. So Martin De Bruyne puts it down. He's going to send it along. Joshua Laurent is strict and ready to come on. He gets a high fight and a handshake from his manager, Scott Parker. Hartman tries to find Broyer, but Trevor Chalobah will clear it away. Ball goes down the right side towards Pedro Neto, because out of play, and it seriously has been a lack of quality at times in this game. So before the throw can come in from Hartman, we're going to see a substitute. And it's going to be number 16, Florentino Luis, the Benfica loanee, making his way off the pitch. Going on for him is the defensive midfielder, Joshua Laurent. Sergio Sorrell, the former Stoke City midfielder, who has been playing as a centre-back at times this season and played with a back five. He gets his first touches as he knocks it forward. It comes into Mark Hugh. Hugh tries to give it to Gittins. To go out to the right side to Jakob and Larson. Larson tries to come inside. It's a good tackle going in by Enzo Fernandez. Fernandez will go back to Benoit Badiashile and all the way back to Robert Sanchez. And Sanchez will just launch it forward up towards Pedro Neto. And Maxime Step will deal with it. Josh Cullen back to Axel Tuanzade. Last game remains at 1-0. There will be an inner belief inside this stadium that Burnley may be able to find their way back into it. It's Hannibal forward. Comes off the chest of Mark Cucurella. Santos back to Badiashile. That's Chalobah. Chalobah's going to hook it forward, but there is Hartman to deal with it, and Hartman will play it centrally into Armando Broyer. Jakob Brun-Larsen's got plenty of space on that right side. He's going to run at Chelsea. The play it to the edge of the box, in fact, to Broyer. It's Tyler Walker. Josh Laurent going to send the ball forward, headed by Lyle Foster. And Foster and Trevor Chalobah are both down, holding their heads, so there's certainly concern. The referee is asking for the players to both come on, because both players are down, holding their heads. Sanchez is over there checking on Trevor Chalobah, and just see it to have both clattered into each other, foul in there. But it is Pedro Neto who's got the only goal of the game. His stooping header at the back post. 37 minutes on the clock is the difference at the moment. It was a wonderful ball across by Jamie Gittins, and it was knocked in at the back post by Pedro Neto. Well, into the final 5 minutes of this game now. Pedro Neto was the man that was able to add his fourth goal of the Premier League season. So the Chelsea players head their way over to the manager. The medical staff are on to look out for the Chalobah and Lyle Foster. And of course, there is an element of concern surrounding these players. Marinescu's sat into his chair, speaking to his analysis, looking into an iPad. who is now called over Esteban. And he's speaking to the Brazilian about something. So they see the introduction of him. Thankfully, both Chalobah and Faster are onto their feet, so they are making their way off the pitch now. Chelsea, of course, at the moment are on course to win the 7th away Premier League game in a row, and they've got a defensive record away from home as well. So it is Esteban, he's stretched and ready to come on. He's put his Warrant away shirt on. Ball will be dropped with Malo Gusta. So Gusta will go back to Ben Labadashir. It's now Mark Cucurella. Cucurella tries to send it forward, but Kyle Walker with the tackle. Cucurella will launch it forward and knocked out. And now it's Kyle Walker. It's going to be crossed in. And it's hooked up and once the bus tackle. It's a 1-2. Last ball's in the air with his goalkeeper. Sanchez just passed it to him on the volley, and then Sanchez just coolly played it back into it. Good play. So now ball goes forward. It's Gue inside the box. Mark Gue gets past the belly man, pulls it back, and fingers Enzo Fernandez just singly 3 points for Chelsea. And it's on 3 points for the away side, but thousands of away supporters are pointing in the direction of the substitute Mark Gue, because he has created that goal. He has made the run in behind. He has got there, and then he played it inside for Enzo Fernandez to get his 5th Premier League goal of the season. And 88 minutes on the clock. Chelsea are going to go to 2nd in the Premier League table. Burnley are going to be resigned to another defeat. Wonderful bit by Pedro Neto, but it's really about Mark Gue, who's able to take it past Axel Turanzebe and then just pull it back for Enzo Fernandez. And Chelsea lead 2-0 now. And the man wearing the armband, Enzo Fernandez, the Argentinian, just slams it home. And now you're starting to see TurfMoor empty, because Chelsea are on their way to 2nd in the Premier League table. Enzo Maresca celebrates only down the touchline, but it hasn't been the most spectacular performance by the visitors, but it's been a good away performance, so they deserve this. Burnley were good in the first 45, but they haven't been particularly poor in the second 45, but Chelsea have been in control. They've been the better of the two teams, as of course you'd expect. But Chelsea are going to come away from this game with all 3 points. So it's Mark Cucurella who will just knock it out of play. And it's Josh Cullen. Cullen will play it inside. We're into 6 additional minutes. We have 6 minutes left to play here. And the ball goes out, and it will be a foreign for the Clarets. Being launched forward, he flips on, and Benoit Badiashile and Tilton Adarabioyo between them are able to clear it away. Ball comes up onto the chest of Neto, but he's just booted out by him. And so Maresca has been reminded there in additional time to stay in his technical area. Remember, he's already on a yellow card. He's already faced a suspension this season. So it's Hartman, the left fullback for Burnley. He's going to put it forward, and he's just getting trusted down into the hands of Robert Sanchez. And the goalkeeper in all orange will take his time, plus we've got 8 seconds now, the new rule that was brought in. Sanchez will clear it forward, all the way up towards Pedro Neto. It's going to bounce through and out for a throw. So it's Hartman who will throw it back. And it comes forward, and more Badashir has been challenged by Armando Breuer. Challenge going in by Badashir, and then catches Breuer, then kicks him. There's Chalobah off the ball after the referee blew his whistle. Trevor Chalobah just kicked out at him. He's maybe getting checked by the VAR. Breuer is rolling around on the ground. Chalobah just clipped the leg of Breuer. Then he went to kick the ball. He kicked the man. Today he's trying to kick the ball and he've not heard the whistle. Still be a wide free kick for Jakob Brod-Larsen to take. And Armando Breuer, the former Chelsea forward, is back onto his pitch. Referee just marking out a one-man wall for Pedro Neto to stand in. So Brod-Larsen to deliver it in. It's not a bad ball, but it's headed away. Toes in Adebayo. Now it's Hartman. Hartman on the ball. Will go back, and it's Josh Constance back to Martin Dubravka, the Slovakian goalkeeper, 36 years of age. So Maximus Stedt into Hartman. Cross. By Water. In a defensive position. He's going to knock it forward. Gusto will meet it in the air. It's while Foster plays it on. It's Armando Breuer. Breuer into Foster. It's blocked off, and then she's going to run through into the hands of Robert Sanchez, who will, of course, take his time in collecting the ball, picking it back up. Armando Breuer is the player that is standing closest to it. The referee is just going to give the foul, actually, because Armando Breuer was stood in front of the goalkeeper, delayed him from kicking the ball out. So Sanchez is going to send it forward. Probably a battle between Pedro Neto and Jose Adebayo, who wins man of the match here. Neto, the goal scorer for the first and creator, even though he wasn't the assister for the second, as he played fourth into Guiu. Jose Adebayo also having a really good defensive performance in the heart of the Chelsea defence. Ball goes back, and where is Benoit Badashir? He will send the long ball forward, and it's knocked out for a foul for Burnley. Kyle Walker will quickly collect it. Final minute of additional time here. So we've seen 7 shots on Burnley, 15 from Chelsea. Just the one on target for the Clarets. It was the first shot on target, in fact. And then Chelsea have gone on to have 5 shots on target. So just looking at those basic stats, I'm watching the game, of course. I think it is a fair reflection, this result. Armando Breuer inside the box, turns, shoots, and he gets his second shot on target for Burnley. He actually hits it into his other foot as he was slipping. It's coming toward for Robert Sanchez, so he will roll it out. Corella will give it to Enzo Fernandez. Final 20 seconds now. Clock ticking away. Turned it out to Gittins. Cullen to Walker. It's back to Axel Turanzebid. As Jamie Gittins, Estevao was stripped and ready to come on at one point, but Enzo Maresca decided to keep him fresh. 96 minutes played now. The referee is going to call it there. So 96 minutes played. It finishes Burnley 0, Chelsea 2. This is 40 points for the boys as Pedro Neto and Enzo Fernandez seal the Like, and they are brilliant, and they had to do really that like things got them payment. If I don't go in there, they haven't I don't mean I love him. I don't come in. I'm something I had and I listen to blue and I did and it don't and then it down and like I think and I feel like even the that's me I feel and then look at it another day I'm being one on and they had the umbrella I'm here well hang nothing well people that didn't be even look at it yeah well now I've had it do it fame do look come on but do it think and blue like this and do it come and have one I don't not sad man you both like I'm great, can come back, have you really? And been playing my dad I'm going to be down there. I'm it's my favorite film. You know me now. I'm thinking of being a tell one time. I'll be one I don't know. I think I am 10:30. Like, where are we doing? Bring the comment in the moment. Tonight I got another bring the team, bring the thing to like the Lord. And that, and I got that thing, maybe.